Hey babes, today I am sharing 5 things that I learned during my fibroid journey that I actually think can apply to pretty much almost anything in life, but I think that these lessons have really helped me to really make the big progress that I needed to make with fibroids and with my hormones. If you're new around here, I'm Shantae and I am a wellness strategist and a fibroid survivor, and I share my journey with fibroids as well as some tips and strategies to help you have better periods, fewer hormone symptoms, and just feel better overall. So if that's something that you're into or you need right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and even leave a comment below introducing yourself and let me know what brought you here and maybe even how I can help. So I'm just gonna get right to it. Stopping fibroid symptoms naturally and shrinking fibroids naturally is really a journey. It has definitely been a journey for me. When I first started, I had an 10 or 11 centimeter fibroid, and it's now half that size as of last year. I'm actually due for an ultrasound pretty soon here. But in this time, I've experienced so much progress, and I have eliminated my painful periods, eliminated my heavy periods. I still have heavy bleeding like one day, which is amazing because I used to bleed for 5 days very heavily, but now my periods are a lot better. They're shorter, lighter. I feel better. I have more energy. And so I want to share some things that I have learned throughout this entire thing that I think have really taken me far. Now, something that I've been leaning a lot more into recently is to pray and ask God first about my health. Now, before, I'm not gonna lie to you, that wasn't something that I did particularly often, or to be honest, really even thought to do. But recently, it's really been a big part of my strategy, and it's been super helpful for me, especially in those times where I feel like I don't know what to do next. For me, I've always been a person that if I feel it, I know it, right? But the truth is sometimes we don't always feel it. We don't always feel the answer. And I like to use, when I first started in my fibroid journey, I saw this doctor and she basically told me that the only thing that I'd be able to do is either have surgery or get on birth control. And in that moment, when she said that, I felt that she was wrong. Immediately. That was my immediate reaction. I knew that there was something different that I needed to do. Now, what that was, I didn't know, but I just knew that there was something that I needed to do. Now, we're not gonna always have moments like that. And I've come to parts in my journey where I don't always have moments like that where I know exactly what to do next. And so that's why it's really important for me now, especially, to lean into my prayer life and to consult God when it comes to my health. And that can apply to anything, whatever you believe. Just make sure that you have a strong spiritual life as you are going on this journey, because it will be, sometimes it is the only thing that you will have to lean on. The next lesson I learned was progress over perfection. You've probably heard this. It's probably in every self-help book ever written, but really it's important when it comes to your health to focus on that progress over perfection. Now, if you are like me and you are a perfectionist and you want things to be right and you want to start perfectly, you want to start the diet that you need to do perfectly, and you want to do everything, the right way and get it exactly right, this can be very difficult for you. Perfectionism will really kill your progress, especially when it comes to your health. So I always tell people, start where you can. Start with the small things, like whatever you can do, just start there today. And then you can focus on perfecting later on. You can build on that momentum later on, but always just go ahead and work on the progress. Just work on actually starting to do the thing. Which leads me into the next lesson that I learned, and it's start immediately. So I like to start on things immediately. If there's something that I need to do, start now. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. Again, if you need to change your diet, you can start that immediately. That's something that you can do within 24 hours. And the reason for this is because usually when you get a spark, when you get an idea, when you get something, that's on your heart that you need to do, the longer that you wait, the less likely that you are to do it. So I've learned to just go ahead and get started. Because again, even if it's not perfect, I am getting started and I can make it perfect later on. The fourth big lesson that I learned is to start over immediately. So I see a lot of times when I'm speaking to women, and coaching and helping women, is that what happens is something throws you off your game. And there are always going to be things that throw us off our game. Maybe it's we get stressed and we go pick up a bag of chips, and now, you feel like you failed, and so you're like, I should just keep going with this. So for dinner, you just eat whatever. I want you to start approaching that differently. Instead of saying, oops, I made a mistake, or oops, I got off track, or I missed a day of working out, I'm just gonna start over next week. No, start over immediately. So whether it's the next meal, the next day, just immediately. Make sure you are starting over immediately. Don't get caught up in the funk of prolonging the fall off. That's what I like to call it. Sometimes we prolong the fall off when we really could have just started over at the next meal or worked out the next day. And the last thing I learned, and I've more so learned this from you guys, from speaking to you guys and coaching you guys, is try equals 90 days or more. So something that I have noticed a lot is when I am coaching someone or talking to someone and they're like, yeah, I tried to do XYZ. I tried to go on this, tried this supplement to see if it worked, but nothing worked. Usually what I have noticed is that when someone says they tried something, they tried it for a month, sometimes even 2 months at best. But honestly, that is not enough time to know if something works. It's usually gonna take you about at least 3 months to notice that something is working, to see the difference or see if something is working, right? So you need 90 days or more to know if something is working for you. And I know that sounds like a long time for a lot of us, but it's actually not a lot of time, because you have to remember that most of us have spent years, we've spent decades building the habits that led us to having fibroids, living the life that led us to having fibroids. So it's really important that you spend at least several months doing something different to reverse where you are now. Now, let me know in the comments if any of this resonated with you, if you struggle with any of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in this next video.